Night family, how you guys doing? Yes, I just decided that I'm gonna go to bed a little early. So good night, everybody. How you guys doing? So I wanted to come on at 12, but originally, but then I decided to pop on now because I'm here all evening and I lost my video. Don't know where it went. Don't know what happened to it. Can't find it. So I'm frustrated. So I'm frustrated. Good night, Joe. How are you, my brother? How are you? I am over here a little bit frustrated tonight because I had created a short today when I went downstairs because the snow was falling and all these things and I had to clean the car off. So I was trying to save the video. Yes. So I was trying to save, not burnout, no. So I was just trying to save the video for it was in the draft section. So I don't know what I did. So I was trying to save it to set it for private for tomorrow so it could upload tomorrow instead of post a bunch of them. I could always write the title and then save it and then it could upload in the morning at whatever time I want. I've been looking all night. I sat right here, cannot find it. I go to the playlist, I go to every and I cannot find the video. And one I don't remember what was the name because it was two of them. One of them is already saved, which was the last one, but the first one, and I wanted that one was a nice little video I had created this morning when I went downstairs with the cinema. But I keep saying it, man. The good videos never get to post them. The ones that are crappy like Scrappy. Yes, it's something else, and then it can become so overwhelming, especially when you save the videos, because YouTube have the draft app. So sometimes you will see me post videos, and you will say, "This girl have a lot of time." Maybe one day I will take and save a bunch of draft, and then afterwards, what I will do is the next day I will upload some of those videos. And then when my phone acting up, then I can upload them, so they will upload at a later date or so forth. So that's the beauty of doing the shorts. But man, I went into the short to see. I should never gone into. I should have just left the short alone, and then I would be good now, because I searched everywhere for that video and I cannot find it. It's just one of those things. Sometimes we think we got everything down pat, but then, and it's not the first time it keep happening to me. But when the short came about, now I was hoping that even if you made an error or so, it would still land back in the short. But apparently, I don't know where that video went. I have no clue. So I'm thinking maybe my hand touched something. Like when you touch a button to try to get back out instead of upload the video. So I don't know what happened. I have no clue. But I'm hoping and praying that tomorrow morning I will see it upload. I don't know. I have one gonna upload because it was two of them, but I don't know where the other one went. And the other one was a nice little one. Even nicer than the other one. Good videos always never post. Sorry to say, but sometimes it's the truth. You lose the good videos and the bad ones, you just post them. Can't be mad. Can't be mad. It's just tough. But other than that, not so bad. I'm having a good time, but this video kind of pushed me back a little to be searching to see what's going on, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing right now. But nevertheless, I'm here because I was supposed to go on live tonight, but then I said, you know what? I have something to do in the morning. I want to take the kids out, so I'm not gonna go live tonight. Like when you want to take the kids somewhere, you don't want to because if you stay up too late, then you won't be able to do anything. And even though I'm trying to do this to benefit us and do a little help here and there, it's gonna be hard. My ND Games, how are you, my brother? How are you? Joe Reginton, how are you guys? Welcome, welcome everybody. Welcome. You all are welcome. Yes, I wanted to go live tonight, but then my video frustrated me, and I don't know how to retrieve it back. I lost that video, so I don't know how to retrieve it back, man. I was trying to create a short, and then I lose it. Well, I create the short, it was in draft, and then I was trying to give it a title to save it for tomorrow, and I lost the video. So I'm like, you know what? Let's not take my frustration out on my eyes. So I said, let me come on a little early, but you all are welcome. You all are welcome. All are welcome. And then I was going through so many. I was going through so many stuff that I trying to get done and stuff like that. But I'm alright. But I don't know what's tomorrow supposed to be like. I know it's gonna be cold for sure, because I had just spoke with a lady down in Pontiac side, and she said the outside is cold. She out there. She said, "Girl, out there is cold." She live back down closer to the north side. You know, by me it's nicer. It's more easy. You know what I mean? So she said it's cold by her. So you know how that go when it's cold. But I like the cold. I like the summer, summer, summer. I love summer. Don't get me wrong, but in the summer, it's more chaotic. Gotta keep constantly, constantly keep going, keep going. Oh, it's hot. Oh, it's hot. It's hot. It's a little bit of cold, as long as I'm not outside, that's the greatest part. So how is everyone doing tonight? How is everyone doing? Hoping everyone is having a good night. And Joe, I saw you on your live today. It was so beautiful, man. Good, very good, beautiful message. I saw you on your live. I was there watching and Man Game there and Charita Jones. I'm just hoping and praying that, she can reach her milestone, because it's not easy when you have to be out there for so long. How are you, Karn, in the building? How are you? Yes, I went to the setting, but there was nothing because I'm using my phone, so there was nothing much really. And I even Googled some videos that I was watching, and they were saying how to retrieve back videos or whatever. I haven't seen anything, so I don't know. I don't know. But hopefully, because I had already set it to publish for tomorrow, so I don't know if that disappear. Hopefully, let me see if we'll see tomorrow. I have no clue. I have no clue. But hopefully it will. Yes, I love that song. I be singing it in my I love that song. I love it. I wish I could put it into a song. I don't know, maybe. I'll try put it in a song. I don't know. I like it. Because it's hard out here. It's not only for them. It's hard out here for watch hours. It's hard out here for subscribers. It's hard for everything. But you gotta keep going, what I mean? You can't give up. So even though it's hard for a team, it's hard out here for subscribers. Even hard to get some likes sometimes, but you gotta still keep going, what I mean? Such is life. Me, it's not hard for me to need a like, subscribe, comment, or no, it's not hard for me because, that's who I am. But it's just hard on the other side. Oh, Charita Jones, is she live? I don't know. I'll get a notification. I don't know if she's live or it's a video she posts. But such is life, we're here giving God thanks and praise, eh? Counting down the synod days all the way till maybe April, March, April. We don't. Thank you. Appreciate you, Joe. Appreciate. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate. Appreciate everyone. Yes. I know the Sino is not gonna finish until probably March, April, depending. It depends. Man, I just come on here to vent my frustration with the video. Okay, I don't know how to retrieve it back. But I ain't gonna worry about it. We're gonna have many more Sino days. Well, many more Sino day. But that one that I did today that I wanted to publish was a nice little one, nice little video with the Sino, the days and all the little steps, but such is life. You win some, you lose some. That's what I have to keep reminding myself. But I'm here. We made some soup earlier. I made some vegetable soup with some chicken and shrimp and some string beans and stuff and black beans. So it was all black beans. So the soup was delicious. I end up drank two bowl of that because it's cold. So need something to warm the inside up. So we end up drank two bowl of that soup and stuff like that. So yes. Oh yes, oh yes, yes. You know how we go because I've been losing a whole lot of video. I remember once I went to somebody had gave me a membership. Like when they're doing a membership with I forgot those big dream name there, and I went there. I'm telling you, I lost all that videos. At this time, YouTube didn't have no where to store draft or anything, and I was just keep uploading them, and then all of a sudden they just crash. And then when I delete them, that's when the draft came about. The same day I found out the draft was on my phone is the same. I think I had a video about it. I didn't do a good job on doing that, explaining that video. But anyway, yes, as soon as I found it on my phone, I was like, yes, yes, I was super excited. Yes, but they went to bed early tonight. My ND games, they went to bed early tonight. Cause the big one I was helping him catching up with some work. Got everything gotta finish up by tomorrow. And then he just fell asleep around the computer, and I wake him up before he in his deep sleep because I can't manage him. I don't know what I'm feeding that boy, and so I had to say to him, "All right, let's go to bed." So I took them in the room and you know give them a little hug and everything. And one said, "Mommy, I want to sleep up top because they have a bunk bed. I want to sleep up top." One said they want to sleep at the bottom. I said, "Okay." Turn the heat on, and they went to bed. So that was good. I get peace for. Well, there weren't no trouble today at all, so that was really good. And that's what I like with them. They don't really bother me much. Maybe like when they need, children need little love sometimes. They need you to hug them up sometimes. Yeah. Okay, so I go. Cards I go settings, storage, then video or trash. I gonna have to check that out again to see what's going on there. Thank you so much. Thank you, cause this guinea pig over here. Oh my God, I gonna have to learn. I gonna have to learn all of these things. Cause I don't know where that video go, but I'm hoping I'm praying it. Cause one is set for tomorrow. Cause I didn't want to keep pushing a bunch of short today. So I start. I heard a voice say just set it for private and set it for when you want it to be released, instead of just keep publishing them out. Cause that's what I used to do. But as you go along with the trials and error when you're doing something, you might not think of something even though you know it's there, but at the moment you might not be thinking of it then, and then sooner or later then you realize, oh, I could have just saved these two shots or these two videos for our next day instead of just do everything for one day. You know what I mean? So that's what I started to capitalize on. Not that I wasn't aware. I was always aware, but sometimes when you're in the moment you're not even thinking of nothing. You just want to get it out, get it out, get it out, but then you know you don't have nothing for tomorrow sometimes. So yeah. But I had a good evening. Can't complain much. I was here today and I was really catching up with a lot of you today. I catch up with so many of you. When I say I catch up with so many of you today, man, today was a whole day. I had when I mean a whole day, I seemed like I had a 9 to 5 job this from morning to no. I swear. Catching up, running errands, doing this. I'm telling you, I did quite a number of catch up today. Quite a number. Still going, and that's why I said if you have a channel and stuff, just leave a message when you can and something, because it's not easy, especially when you're having more people commenting and everything. But once I leave the message and everything, I can always go over when I get my spare time to scroll to my notification and do what I gotta do. So yeah, but it was a good day today too. And then I follow these I follow this guy from Kenya. I can't wait to go to Kenya, Africa. I love Africa. And I was following him for years now. I've been following him, his sister, and then they have another brother. So today, as soon as I came back home today, after I finished off the road today, and I came back home, he had a live out, and I was scrolling on YouTube, and I saw his live, and then I click on it, and we were there. And I end up get to talk to him because he did a stream yard. What they call it, stream yard. So he did a stream yard today, so we were able to communicate with him. Like, you go on their thing, they send you the link, and you click on it, and then you wait in the room there. So that was nice. It was really good today. Enjoyed, good times, catching up with everybody. I try to support in everywhere I can. Try to support. When you spread your wing and spread your wings, you know what I mean? Yes, it's hard out there for a temp, but we gotta spread our wings same way. Gotta keep doing it. It's hard out there for them. But we can't, even though it's hard, we ain't gonna get rid of hard. And we ain't gonna get rid of soft. So we just gotta keep going and just keep singing this song. It's hard out here for a temp. When you're trying to get the subscriber for the rent, you ain't gonna get no subscriber for no rent. Oh, I'm just trying to put my two state. But such is life. Big shout out to Sharita. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correct. Sharita or Sharita Jones. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correct. Cause I'm not good. I'm always bad at messing up people's name. Always bad. But big shout out to everybody. Big shout out, shout out, shout out, shout out. Today was since I've been on YouTube watching so many people now, today was one of those days that so many people went live at the almost at the same time, like maybe 5 minutes apart, 2 minutes apart. I'm like, what? How am I gonna catch up with everybody? Today everybody was just boom, boom, boom. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of catch up to do. You're gonna miss somebody. Because everybody coming out at the same time, like, okay, gonna have to be, you call it, learn how to distribute your service. I'm telling you, maybe spend 20 minutes here, then hop off, hop on. I mean, at the same time, majority of you today went live. I'm like, what is going on? Are we getting a new link today? So many people were there. Yes, even when you were on, so many other people were on, Joe. I mean, I'm telling you, I couldn't catch up. But I able to go on, I can always watch other videos and stuff if I miss the live until you post the live, you know what I mean? But I'm telling you, so much to catch up with. Even everybody go live at the same time. Yes, it's a lot. It's a lot. But then I guess everything work with how your algorithm work with you, because in your analysis it will tell you what time is the best time to interact with your audience and stuff like that. You know. So, but I ain't doing nothing much tonight because I gotta get up tomorrow and make sure all his work is done so he can get his report and everything can go into his report. He was doing some other, when you do homeschool, that's a lot of work. Anybody who have their kids do homeschool. Work, when they say song, say work, 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 work. Yes, that's what it meant. It's a lot of work. A lot of work. It's like no breaks. Even if you think the kids get break, if you as a parents don't go in and try to dive down and get some of those work done, that kid ain't gonna catch up. Especially they so young at 6 years old, they ain't gonna catch up. That's a lot of work. Not even when they're going into regular school, they don't got that much work, and then everything have a deadline too. The good thing they give them until Saturday midnight, like so, like level something, level 59 or so. So that's a good. way. I mean, if they miss 2 3 days, you can always play catch up, even though it's gonna be harder for one day, But and then what I like with homeschool is the fact that you know how some children when you pick them up from regular school and you ask them, what did you learn today? Just to try to help reinforce what was learned in school or what they have learned. They look at you and tell you they don't know. But when you have the homeschool now, you can always go back to the computer and everything that the teacher discussed, majority of it is online. So you can easily well help yourself to look at some of this stuff and say, okay, yes, you can, and then you have examples and stuff like that. hmm Nothing. What is that inside of a homeschool or a regular school? Would you say nothing? Give me a little clarity right there. I'm telling you. So that's one of the difference I kind of see there, as if you want to keep abreast of what's going on, but then the challenge of it is how do you balance, especially when you have errands to run, and the child gotta do this and he gotta do that. You don't want to make him miss no school. And then the good thing, even if he's not feeling well, you can always tell him go in for half a day and get back out. Oh, okay. I was thinking that, but then I didn't want to assume. Thank you. I used to every day I used to pick him up and I said, "What did you do?" Or stuff like that. He said, "Oh, we just did some writing or we did some drawing, nothing much." I'm like, "What?" But these kids, most of them don't pay attention too. No, I used to have problem with that. They don't, and I think that the child just go to school and you see all the kids and they get distracted. I think that's the problem. They just go to school and they just get distracted when they see all the kids and all the things to occupy their times and stuff. Then they forgot about the importance of their work and stuff like that. You know, and I don't play that game. When it come to your book, you gotta roll it out. Gotta roll it out. Mm. Yeah, he's doing well too, but I mean, they're so young. You gotta make sure they catch up because he's only 6 year old, and for him to be having so much homework, Monday to Friday, they got homework Monday to Friday, and I think he have like several classes, several courses, and out of the several courses in Monday he might have a book to read. Then he have to go on Epic twice, and that's just for reading in one part of Monday, and then he gonna have to do something else or so. Yes. Well, I'm working with multiplication with my son, but this is just the brunch part of it, though. That's just the easy part of multiplication. But you know what, too? I find out how they're using these techniques now in maths to teach children. It's way easier than when I was growing up. They're finding different ways to show you how you can arrive at the answer, which back then they still do, but just a simpler way now that they're breaking down maths for children to understand. All you as the parents, all you have to do is just watch the examples that they're giving, and then you can able to explain it to the child if you have some level of mathematical understanding in your brain, in your existing schema. So that's not bad right there. Oh yes, they do skip counting to regrouping and all these things, yeah. And then actually too, yesterday, and it's always good to refresh your brain too, because from the other day, I was helping my son with some English. They give you the word paragraph and you gotta figure out what was the reader trying to say or whatever. So then I went to go take my test yesterday, and one of the thing was to they give you a whole but, and that's what I don't like. She like maths. Well, maths, when the kids starting out now, they're doing the basic, but the online schooling now is a little bit advanced to the 6 year old age. Because when I'm looking at some of those maths that they're doing, especially my son used endometum, and when I look at the maths that they're doing, is way beyond a 6 year old level, way beyond. But they're not penalizing them; they just want to let them get a feel of how introduce them to maths and just use their educational guess, they said, to do something. But I don't want to just use educational guess. I want them understand. I mean, if they grow old and they see something, then they can gain the understanding how to use educational guess if they don't remember. You know what I mean? I don't just want no children to just use no educational guess. Some they need to have some level of terminology where they can understand things. Hey, sister. Hey, Ansel, how are you? Ansel Ray in the house. How are you? Welcome, my sister. Welcome. So when you come on to maths is I think I want to take up maths too, but then me, I want to take up maths myself. Yes, online they're learning a lot quicker. And then the things is right there as a parents now, you don't even have to call the teachers to say, oh, my child don't understand this. You have the examples there, so all you have to do as a parent is just go ahead and read and gather some understanding. Then if you don't understand the problem, then that's when you would have called the teacher and said, okay. So I was saying that even though I was helping my son doing some work and a member, sometimes we could use the answer that they have on the sheet to use to answer the problem. So that's what I had to do yesterday to answer some of the problem, because I'm like, my brain was frozen. Eh? Doing the maths, my brain was frozen. Because at some time they asking about, I never liked what they call it. I used to do trigonometry in school, but I never liked that part. I used to do it good, but then I've done it in a while. No trigonometry. And then you get trigonometry if you do. And the all kind of stuff. I try my best. But man, I'm telling you. But with the English now, I did that one like yes. And it's also good when you can help your children, because some of the things that you take for granted because you already go through the system, you already go through this, and you think you don't need to learn it. You'll be shocked when you have to do something and do some courses over how much you don't know nothing. Your brain just blank. Well, that's good. That's good. You know, I like maths, but maths don't like me. I will do my maths once I understand. Though I'm telling you, like the little kids maths and stuff like that, that's nothing for me to work out. Is when you start get a little bit more advanced, then you realize that you need to take more time to understand the problem and dissect the problem. Because with maths you can pull it apart to understand everything that is required of you to do. And then sometimes they give you the maths in the worded form too, like you're using maths and English at the same time. When they give that to you, that's the challenge sometimes, because you're looking at everything as a whole instead of dissecting the issue and see what was the problem, where is the solution, and what really need to be fixed. Come up with a solution. The problem is there, okay, now we identify the problem. Okay, where is we, because once you identify the problem, you know where the problem is, then no, you need to find a solution and then work out it, and then you can say XYZ. And but talking cheap, doing it is another thing. you know but so far, I've seen growth with my son with maths, but I guess he don't like maths good. But just see, with English, he love the English, because even when I'm doing some things for him and I will look and get it wrong, he said, "Ma, weren't you reading the story?" It's the most embarrassing part when the child said, "Ma, weren't you reading the story?" I said, "I read it, but I didn't understand it. I had, just and his opinion." Because sometimes you read and you don't read with no understanding, and then you overlook things that way when you read, and you just don't try to put meaning to nothing, or you don't try to dissect anything like the main ideas, and whatever they were building, or they use a word. But from the other day, I'll be using it. So when I saw the grade, I'm like, yes. Yeah, but I think I want to get back into maths, because when you do construction, you need maths, and certain jobs that are require you to be hands-on, you need maths for it. You need maths, you need maths, and constant refreshing of maths too. Even if you have it already, you still need to refresh, because have it and not using it, you will sure lose it. So So that's where I'm leaning now. I think I want to be able, because for me, once I learn something, I know I can help the children. That's for me, because I always constantly trying to figure out, okay, how did they arrive at this? Even with my son work, when they start do, what was it, the number band, and the way they were doing the number band, which was way easier. I was like, I can't recall doing that maths when I was. We did maths, but we did it in a different way, but arrive at the same answer. Because in maths, sometimes the order of operation doesn't matter. You know, because addition and subtraction go hand in hand. Division and multiplication go hand in hand. So you just gotta know your number, know your multiplication table. And that's the other thing. I have even seen no book with the multiplication table on it no more. So it's like you have to be grabbing the phone. It's not good. Every book I look, I search a whole house down to get a book so I could teach my son the multiplication table, and I could not find one book cover. Growing up as a child, we used to have all the books with multiplication table, the matrix table, the feet, how many feet or yard this was. You could look at the book back, you see all of that. These book they're making nowadays, they have none of those things. I'm like, you just have these ball-headed books with nothing. Back in the days, they used to have those books with those information. I'm like, wow. I know they have the multiplication table, but all the little things that we would use are the pi and those things, those what they call it now, formulas used to be in the back of the book. You don't see those things no more. That's crazy. You don't see those things no more. And he got so many books in the house. And when I tell you, I search all those book back looking for the multiplication table. I had to be using the phone. Because when you get bigger numbers now, you're like, 7 5. Okay. What was that again? You don't remember, you're going to have to use the phone. You're going to have to use the phone. Because even though you want to know what 7 5 is, you can divide to get it, which probably would be the easier way. Because what if when you get the answer, then you can always add in, I think they say add it back to the other answer, and then you add, and then you will get back to know what the answer was. But it's crazy. Because our book back used to be our friend growing up. Well, my book back used to be my friend growing up in maths and a lot of stuff we need. A book back. It even had a ruler in the back of the book when I was growing up. Those hardcover book, those black hardcover book. No, that's all right. That's all right. Enough respect. Enough respect, Joe. Not a problem. I know how we go and totally understand. It's hard out here for a temp, so I totally understand. So for anyone here and you have to go to bed or you got something to do, that's totally fine. Yes, bless up, bless up. Not a problem. Appreciate you. And thank you, Ansel Ray. Thank you so much. You know, very outdated. You ain't lied about that. I told you, not even the book back, you ain't seen no table in nothing. You ain't seen nothing in there. I'm like, what? Yes, Ansel. Yes, Ansel. I know you're a busy lady. I know you're a very busy lady. We're glad you're here, Miss Ansel. Really? Yeah, it's I think they should bring back those like a foundation, because when they even recently when they're talking about good night, you Joe, have a good night. God bless you, brother. God bless you, man. And they said American children are failing bad in maths because they take all of these things out of the back of the book. Oh, okay, okay, love. We all gotta do that, because if we don't, our mind gonna be busy on us. We gotta keep this mind occupied. This mind is terrible, we gotta keep it occupied. It's it will occupy us, so I know how that go. Yeah, I mean, and they said the American children are failing maths terrible. I'm like, what? Recently, there's a statistics they came out with that compare children in America as opposed to There's this country that are very good in academics. What's that name? What's the name of that country again? I forgot the name. What is the name? And it's so funny. I did a research on that country while I was studying. I did a research on that country. What is the name? Finland. I think Finland. They're so brilliant in their work. I think that's the one. So they were comparing American in children in maths as opposed to the world, and they said the world were out in Finland, I think, top in terms of maths and stuff like that. So, and I think I don't remember everything that I did because I did a research on them, because when you're in college and you have to do a research paper, I think one of my topic was using homework to enhance student academic performance, and we had to do so many different research, um and get gather statistics and stuff to see who is out there that are saying that homework is good, and you also have to have negative reactors as well with it. So like the pros and cons of homework. You can't just have the good and don't have the bad. You had to have the pros and cons. So what this, and then you have to find other people who would have done that topic before and dive deeper into it. And you could say, according to so and so, they said homework does not make children even learn no better or anything. It's just there as extra work, and like, wow. So I think I want to go learn, get refresh my brain and everything, get up back with my maths and so forth, so I can teach maths at the lower level. I can still teach maths at the lower level now, but I mean, I would want to be able to understand that, because you're gonna have some smart kids coming out of this world. So you don't want, when you have a smart child in the classroom, because you don't know whose child is smart. You don't know yet. You don't know who you're gonna work with yet. So when you have a child in your classroom and you don't know who you're gonna work with yet, they're new and they're coming in. They will have questions to ask you about something, even if you do the answer this, you work out the application this way, but then they work it another way, because you have children who are naturally gifted that we can't run from. They're naturally gifted. They don't even have to do anything much. They're just natural born gifted, talented children. Those one don't have to stress them. They do stress in some things, but it's something that they might not like. Like some people I know who are genius in maths and they hate English. They hate English. And then you have people who are genius in English and can't stand maths at all. At all. And then you have people who are a mixture of both and can't pass one exam because they have exam phobia. I'm one of those children. Good at the maths, good at the English. It will not 100% good at English, but I know how to balance it a little bit. And then we'll go fail an exam. Phobia. Yeah, you just have exam. You have some people who are so brilliant, they will tell you from A to Z, but they cannot put it on the paper. So it's life and it's what it is. You make up everything and you will let the world go round. But so I'm getting off of here at 12 o'clock. So we have 10 more minutes. I'm not going to stay long because I want to take my kids out somewhere tomorrow. I got to look back at one of those things there. I want to take them out, because when you have children, I can't just be living for myself. I got to live for them because they're the reason for my being right now. When you have children, they're the reason for your being. When you live alone and you don't have no children, then you are your reason for your being. Or your mother, your father, brother, sister, uncle, auntie, whatever you know, whatever. But when you have children, you're your own. I'm not sure because I'm upstairs. Don't think so. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I just know outside is 20 degrees, 28 degrees right now, so it is cold. It is cold. I just know it is cold outside. It is very cold outside right now, but I don't think it's still snowing. I don't think so. We might have some more, but I'm not sure if it's still snowing. Not sure. But that's how life is. You're sure about some and you don't sure about the other, so you know how we go, you know. But I love this, got me a whole overall, and I know they might have some jazz fest coming up free where you could go downtown and watch and maybe pay maybe $5 to get in or whatever. I want to do stuff with the kids, while I'm here and well, you know. And give God thanks and praise for everything. I'm just thinking out in my thoughts right now. But I can't share it. I gotta wait first. I gotta wait first. I gotta wait first. I gotta wait till I get the okay too. Then I can say yes. You know what I mean? But I'm hoping for good result. Not really for me per se. It's somebody close to me. Close to me. But I'm hoping for good result. And I mean for good result I am hoping. Hoping and praying for good result. Good result win, bad result give you a headache. So I'm just gonna be on here for another it's for level 43 where I'm at. I'm just gonna be on here, and then after that get out because I gotta go get your girl, get some sleep, and get up to make sure my children can be out the house tomorrow. You know, we've been in the house all week, so good God of grace, the Japan, they can get out the house. You know what I mean, and do something. Get out the house and do something. And hopefully we can get some more Sino so I can enjoy the Sino. But we're not seeing a lot of Sino like before. I don't know what's happening. I'm not wishing for it. Don't get me wrong. Because it's like you walk outside and you're trying to say, let me run in the car. Sino said, no way. You got to clean this car off. I ain't letting you in this car like that. No, you got to go out there in the cold. You got to clean this car off. And when you feel the cold is after the snow will fall. When that finish, well, your fingers, your hands are not yours if you don't have on a proper gloves. And I mean proper gloves. I ain't talking those cloth gloves because they don't got no use when you stand there cleaning that car and outside is below negative, negative, negative. That gloves have no use. It's on your hand, but it's just decoration. But with those snow today, it wasn't bad today at all. I was shocked. Well, not shocked because I'm used to it by now, but so I always know that after the day, after the snow, when everything start to become forming ice and the temperature drop to negative, 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 that's when it get really cold. But when the snow is falling, I would say enjoy the snow with your children if you live in the snow area or anything. Enjoy it, especially if it's not too much coming down. Go out there, enjoy it with your children because after the next day is the worst day, especially when you drop below temperature drop. Whew. First, it turn it form into ice. Then you have to scrape the car. Come to think of it, now I remember what's the name of the video, but I don't know where that video is. The video that I told you I lost because I was thinking of giving it a name. That sometimes we see the challenge of life, but this is the challenge of life. Because even though the snow is falling, but you still gotta go outside. But just look at the things you have to do before you can even start. Yes, you can start the car up to warm it up, but look at the things you have to do before you can drive the car out from wherever you park, whether on the street, in a garage, between two houses. 'Cause you know how the houses are very close here and everything. Just look at all the hurdles and the obstacles that you faced with when you have to do those things. So, snow, I think snow is really one of those things that if you make it in the snowy weather, you can make it anywhere. You can survive anywhere. You could attach resilience to your name because it's really, when you look at it, it's really teaching you that you gotta have patience. Because one, you can't just drive off the car right there and then. So think of it, this, is really teaching us how to have patience. And it's also teaching us that we can't just move right when we want to move. We got to make sure that cars are warmed up for at least 15 minutes. I think there's a 15 seconds or at least 15 minutes, something like that. And then you got to clean the snow off. Because when you warm up the car while you're cleaning the snow, it's easier. So you don't have to break your windshield or anything, if, depending on what you're using, if you don't have the proper tools. You might be using something scrapey or whatever. You don't want to damage your windshield and all these. Man, being in the center, when you look at it, it really teaches you how to be disciplined too, how to humble. Because let's say for example, you don't have a car and you gotta walk. You're in a warm house and then you gotta get outside, and as soon as you get outside, you better have the right mind frame. Because if you don't, that signal is really gonna put you into a different mind frame. One is like it froze your brain. Two, you're so cold, you, even if you were mad, you're not thinking about being mad. Even if you were crazy, you ain't thinking about being crazy. As soon as that cold hit you, you forget about all your worries, all your problems, everything. Oh yes, oh yes, you gotta stick to your rain. I'm not so much of the rain. I like the rain, but not for driving. Cause sometimes the rain come that you barely can see that wiper go whoosh 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 whoosh. I'm like, can you go the other way? Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Yeah. Only time I'm not a fan of this, is when you're driving and they say you're driving in the blizzard. That's the only danger I don't like, because then it make it harder for you to see, especially those thick lumps, that keep coming in your face. It's like, wow. So you either have to pull over and everything, you know. And then you can even say you pull over into a safe area because you don't know who's gonna slide and knock your car somewhere. And that's the other part. So when I look at this now, I'm saying, you know what? This is one of the seasons that really tests you, how strong you are as an individual. And for anybody who live in the snow area will know this, because one, you have to go outside, you gotta shovel the snow. You gotta get all these equipments that you don't have to get in the summer. You eventually tearing off everything in the summer, and in the winter you have to cover up, like, snow really teach us how to have manners. Sino really taught us how to dress like young ladies and young men. Because you never dare go into a snowy weather and dress inappropriately, like in the blizzard, like turbo, turbo cold. You're gonna be frozen to death. Eh? You're gonna be frozen. So this is really a reminder that even though we're going through the struggles, we're going through the stuff, when you look and see all the extra things you gotta do. Can you imagine when you dress up in the morning and you gotta go to work? And worse, you better get up an extra early if you know you have to go to work at a certain time, because you can't say, okay, like in the summer, work start at 8 o'clock. I could leave my house 7:30 because the work is not too far from me. In the winter, it teaches you that you gotta get up a little early, because one, you gotta get up. If you have to take a shower, if you didn't take one overnight, you gotta get up, freshen up yourself and everything, then put your clothes, your nice, clean, good clothes, and then you gotta go downstairs. And you gotta go whether you live downstairs or you go downstairs or you already down on the flat or whatever. Then you gotta go down there and clean that burger off, clean all the slush that we would love in the summer, but so expensive in the summer because now you gotta buy it, and in the winter you don't have to buy none of that. All you gotta buy in the summer is in the winter, but we don't need it in the winter. That slush, those ice and thing, you know, on a hot summer day. and you gotta go clean that car off, and you have to have the shovel or and stuff, depending on how you live in. If you live in a house, or if you live in an apartment, then the people responsible for the things, so that's a good part there. But if you have your own house, you gotta go clean up your driveway, clean your way, make sure it's clean. And then it come with all kind of they call it, you can get thermia, what they call that thing, thermia, when you get too cold. Or you gotta be careful of how you push in the shovel. They have a direction in which you have to learn how to push the shovel. Man, Sino kind of teach you how to be tough. And it's a technique, because people even die while shoveling their driveway and and stuff like that, because of heart, they say your so your heart start race more, and I forgot some other things that they were saying. So it come with its own ups and down. Just like summer have heat wave, you have where you can frozen to death or anything can happen, and winter come with its own little ups advantage and disadvantage as well as taught you how to be humble and keep going slow, especially when the snow is really out there on the road, really out there. It just really teaches you that this time around you can't even honk your horn at nobody. You gotta just get up, get out early if you don't want to honk your horn at no one. Do what you gotta do, and if you have to be at work maybe an hour ahead of time, do what you gotta do. At least you arrive early, or you could. You can't stay in the cold car. That's one, unless you go around the car. Make sure you have enough gas, because that's another thing. If your gas is below half a tank, they said it can froze. So, food for thought for new drivers as well, if you don't know these things. So there's just so many things that when it comes to the winter, it really taught you how to dress appropriate. Winter really teach you how to dress appropriate. You're gonna dress like, one of those movie there where you're just acting like you're the superstar of the movie. The winter really teach you how to dress, I swear. Because you're all cloak up, you know, and it also give you a little complexion. So, kind of lighten you up a little bit too, because you're in the house so much, and then it's not hot. And when you do get hot days, that's not gonna have no implication on you whatsoever. So, so when we look at this, is just look at your life like a sometime. You wanna run from it, and you cannot run from it because you're in it. Cannot run from it. In the summer, you could run inside and get AC. This is like maths. Yeah, you could subtract, or you could add, you could divide, or you could multiply. This is like maths, because look, I'm just here thinking about these things. And when you look at it, in the winter, in the summer, you need AC. Buck and high to cool down. And in the winter, what do you need? You need heat in the winter. You got all the heat in the summer. All the heat that you can't even stand the heat. You're having heat waves. Yeah, they having places that they put up where you could go and get cool down. Water fountain, all kind of things springing around. Woo, so you could get cool down. And then in the winter, you need heat. And this is, I always hear your old people used to say, you know what? We as human beings cannot be pleased. And it's so funny. Because in the summer, we complain, oh, it's too hot. Even though we love the heat, we complain, oh, it's too hot. And then in the winter, oh, it's too cold. But those are seasons, and they're reminders that they all have a purpose. And you just gotta be humble in those arenas, in those areas of your life, and just keep going. And one good thing I really like with the winter, when you get outside, no matter how mad you were, all your problems are gone until the car heat up. because you're so eager to get in that car, start that car up, make sure everything is running good, the car is good and everything, and you get the heat. You're not for those split little seconds, or for the 5 minutes, or however long you take to clean your car or whatever. Your mind is so free that it's not thinking of nothing than to hurry up, clean this car windows off, clean the bonnet or whatever off, and make sure everything is clean. 'Cause you know you can get a ticket if your lights are not visible or anything. And just to get into that car, into that warm car, so you could get where you need to go. And then another thing with the winter as well that I noticed too, when it's cold, nobody really stop and talk to you like how they would stop and talk to you in the summer. Hey, my brother, how are you? You know, everybody would be, hey, winter, you better go on. Bye. Listen, bro, I gotta run. It's so cold. I don't got no jacket. I don't got a proper jacket on. Because, you know, most people who drive, they do not wear a winter coat. They just have on a little jacket because they will bear the cold to run into the store and run back out. You know, I've seen a lot of people drive here. They do not wear winter coat. They still in their little sneakers, or so even when I'm trying to gear up in my winter shoes, like I'm the army in the winter. I pull out my whole army and I still see people in shorts. Yes, people do wear shorts in the winter. I do see people wear shorts in the winter. Not in the height of the turbo, like when it's too cold, but like even this morning weather, you will still see people in shorts or stuff like that. You will, you do see people in those things, because even when we had the tree lighting in I think it was in November 22nd, I've seen so many people that was downtown, and females were in more leggings. When I mean leggings, like they, you know, those black stockings that they wear, those fashion design stocking, and they have on a little skirt or so, and some of them have on belly skin, and I'm like, to God be the glory. Ain't these people cold? What do they have on their body that I don't got on mine? Because I was looking like the prince, not the prince, the princess. You know, they dress with everything, the gloves on, everything on. That's how I was looking while these people walking like. But when you're used to something, you're used to it. It don't bother you, you know. And that's the thing. When you adjust, like no, some people know that this every year they look forward to snow because they live in a snow area. We get all 4 seasons. So in the area you live in, that you get all 4 seasons. So not everybody get all 4 seasons, but we get 4 seasons because I'm living in a state that get all 4 seasons. You know, some places don't get all 4 seasons because some places do not have winter. They do not. So, but it's just to see how it's like a therapy at some point, especially when you're stressed out. Just it's like you say, you need some fresh air. You go outside and the cold hit you, you forget everything. So anybody live in the winter area and stuff, you know, and you're going through stuff sometime in the hot house, take a break. Just say, you know, I'm gonna throw some garbage out and take a little walk real quick and fast and come back, because it really do helps, you know, because as soon as the cold hit you, everything that you were going through or you were thinking of, you put that in the back burner. Like, I need to hurry up and get out here. I'm not gonna stand this cold, or so many things. So that's one thing I've seen where the winter has really taught us how to be humble. But for the last few years, I haven't really seen no snow. I remember 2017 we had some, and the shoes I had on, I had to get another shoes, because winter shoes, because it was so short, and then the inches of snow that was falling at the time would fill my foot up. So I would get, my shoes would still be wet because of the shoes was the ankle length shoes. So now I learned that you don't get ankle length shoes in the winter, because you don't know when you can have it for like the days when it's not so bad out there or so forth, but you don't want to wear that when inches of snow are on the ground. You want to wear something tall enough to keep your feet warm and no snow falling down in your shoes and all these things. But it's a reminder that just relax, calm down, get some cold air. You know, we say get fresh air, get some cold air, and move on. But when that cold hit you, or sometimes you just open your door. Yeah, well, even if I open my door, I ain't gonna feel no cold. But where I used to live, I could open my door and I could get some nice cold air coming in. Here, I would have to open the window to get the cold air. You know what I mean? So, but it's a challenge. You know, every season have its own hurdles. Every season have its own hurdles, and I think these are reminders as to say that if everything we're gonna go through in life, it's gonna be a part of life. It's gonna come with its territory, and we just have to understand these things so that when they come again, if they do come again, and we should be here, we are prepared. Like no, having the proper winter gears and stuff like that, and people like who live in a summer area, they always make sure so they have their summer clothes. You know, they look at skimpy this, skimpy that. And, you know, even if it's not just skimpy stuff, you know, you're looking elegant, you're looking nice, you're looking fine, you're looking dapper. For the men who like to look dapper, you know, they look dapper and all these things. So, yes. So, everything good can come. You know what I mean? So, that's good. That's a good thing. But look at the different seasons if you're in these places. And even if you're not in it, just think about you going to somewhere and it's really cold, like somewhere that have AC, and you see it's really cold. Even though it won't depict the temperature of a real winter, it may be a little surface level, like when we have temperatures in the 50s, you might feel those kind of thing where you just could still wear something like this if you have a 50-degree weather. Yes, when you have a 50-degree weather, you could still wear something like this, just long sleeve. If you're used to the cold, you can still wear that. But oh, Antarctic, it's cold. I don't want to go there. That's cold. That's cold. I don't want to go there. I think Antarctic. I don't want to go there. It's too cold. It's really cold up there. And up north, because even last year we were having snow, and I have a friend live up in Mackinac Island or Mackinac City. And when she showed me, we were doing WhatsApp timing, and when she showed me all that snow that was on the ground up, I'm like, girl, look down here. I'm down here having these maybe 2 inches of snow. She was up in there having like 6 to 8 inches of snow. I'm like, ooh. So you gotta be grateful for where God plant you. Anywhere God let you locate, when you relocate to anything, you be glad for where He put you, because He made, trust me, He made no mistake when He put you somewhere. Yeah, He made no mistake. Even though you automatically adjust it, because right now, every time the winter come, we have to change out our spring clothes. And that's a good thing with the seasons here. It teach you how to organize too. Yeah, your summer clothes, you have your spring clothes, you have your fall clothes, where they have all the color. So you learn so many things. And even if you're in an area and you don't do most of those things, some people do, you wear them for fashion, just to show what other cultures or what other states, how they dress for different weather, different kind of weather or stuff like that. So that's good, because even in school you're learning about how to dress when it's sunny, when there is summer, when there is winter, when there is fall or autumn, same thing, or when there is spring, how to dress. You get your rain gears and all these things. So it's still good. You're just not gonna be up in it all day long because you're not into the four season. But it gives you some discipline though. Just looking at it, I'm like, it do teach you how to be disciplined, how to be humble, how to recover. Because every time you look and you say, "Oh man, I gotta go clean that snow off my car," or "I gotta go catch the bus," or "I gotta walk to the store," if you don't drive, or I gotta go pick my auntie up. I gotta pick my husband up. I gotta pick my wife up. Or like, are you home? You know, all the mixed reaction are going to your head because you're already in a warm place. When you're into somewhere warm, it is so hard sometimes for you to move, especially in the winter. It is very hard for you to move. And then one of the things I found out too, in the winter, we love hot chocolate. In the summer, no. But in the winter, ooh. I remember the other day I bought so many boxes of chocolate and the kids, they get the milk, they get the evaporated milk. We use different milk up in our chocolate. And they came with it and they said, Ma, I need me some hot chocolate tea. I need me, no, the little one said, Mama, I need a cup of tea. The little one literally said, Mama, I need a cup of tea. So hot chocolate. You don't even taste the insipidness of hot chocolate in the winter. But in the summer, yes, you will. In the winter, hot chocolate is so good, guys. I'm telling you. And you add a little bit of condensed milk to it. Voila. So good. So good. But anyway, guys, I told you guys I'm not gonna be on here long. So when I look, the time is 12:07. So I want you guys to have a good night, a blessed night. Thank you for everyone who stopped by. Remember, if you have a channel, always leave me a comment. I will get to it. Don't worry, it's a lot to go through, but I will get to it. Just keep leaving me a comment. You know, I will always check your videos out. If I'm not subscribed to your channel, I will make sure I go over, subscribe to your channel and stuff. And what I start to do now, once somebody leave a comment, I click on them and make sure I'm subscribed, and then I can always go back and watch. Because then if you're subscribed, then you might, if YouTube is recommending their videos, then they will start pop up in your feed, you know, and so forth. So just keep doing what you guys are doing, and remember that just look at the seasons and see how much you can learn from them. The season where you are, so whatever season you have, look at those seasons, see how they what you're learning from it. Like me now, I'm learning now. I'm always learning, but just looking at it now, start digging deeper and say, you know what? When it's winter time and it's cold, your brain freeze. You ain't worried about nothing, no bills, nothing. The bills are there, but by the time you go outside and you get hit with the cold, you forgot that you haven't paid your bill or something, you know. But whatever it is for you guys, have a blessed night and God bless you all. And I hope you guys learned something. And when I wouldn't even like to say learn something, because we constantly learning. Yeah, you can always take a page from this girl book, but make sure it's blank, because I like to say, you tell your own story. You know, nobody can tell your own story better than you, because you know yourself. Okay, I'm enjoying the weather over here, and I'm going to go to bed and everything because I gotta get up in the morning. So I see you guys then, and thanks to Karn that is here, that was here. I'm not sure if he's still here. Ansel Ray, big shout out to you. I know Karn don't have a channel, but he supports so many of us. So big shout out to Karn, because you are a supporter for so many of us. Your help propelling us, Karn. So I want to say a big thank you to you, Karn, for that. Appreciate. And for whosoever refer you to me, I want to say a big shout out to that person as well, you know. So Ansel Ray, big shout out to you. She have a channel and she does amazing content on there. I see where she have the ambient, I hope I'm saying it correct, where, you know, smoothing, calm, relax, calm, cool and collective. And we have Joe. Joe was here earlier, he had to go. I'm not sure if he's still around, but big shout out to him as well. He's a new upcoming content creator as well, and he's very spiritual as well. So you can go check his channel out. And I'm just keep going back up to make sure everybody that was here, I give you guys a shout out and let everyone know you guys have a channel. So you can, even if you're a silent watcher, you're not yet subscribed and anything to my channel, and you want to go check these people out, go ahead. And to my ND Games, big shout out to you, brother. He have a channel. He does amazing videos as well. He interact with his audience. He engage with so many of us and everything. And big shout out to him. And I see Karn again. I see Joe, my games, Karn. Yes, so these are the people that started in the chat. So I'm just making sure that everybody that was here on the chat, I shout them out and appreciate them all, because everybody have a busy schedule. Okay. So big shout out to you all. And if you didn't hear your name, just leave me a comment on one of my videos if you have a channel. Whether you subscribe to my channel or not, for me, that doesn't matter. They say where two or more are gathered, God is in the midst. That's all we know. That's all we need to know. And keep going. And God bless you all. So until then, everybody that was here, whether you were in the chat, whether you like, whether you comment, whether you share, whether you learn something, whether you laugh, whether you smile, whether you were boring, whether you feel like, what is she talking about? She was confused or anything. God bless you all. Have a blessed night. I'm going to freeze my brain because it's going to be cold tomorrow. So have a good night. All right.